Ron Harrigan bor på St. Thomas, den næststørste af de tidligere dansk-vestindiske øer. Her har han arbejdet som professor ved universitetet.
I lived in St. Thomas all my life, except when I was in the United States Army and when I attended school, universities on the mainland doing graduate work. I worked for the University of the Virgin Islands most all of my career, so to speak. The cost of living in the Virgin Islands is very high. Here, everything has to be shipped in, therefore the cost goes up. So we make adjustments, and I have no problem at all living here. It's a wonderful place to live. I enjoy it.
St. Thomas er den af øerne, der får besøg af flest krydstogtskibe, og turisme er øens vigtigste erhverv. Men Ron Harrigan mener, det er muligt at udvikle øerne på mange andre områder, hvis bare politikerne vil gøre noget for det.
If our leaders are visionaries, then we can maximize the potential of the islands. But many times we get bogged down into political situations that prevent us from looking at the big picture. We are fortunate to have a tourism industry, yes, but I don't believe in the one-crop economy situation. I think tourism is a one-crop economy. We need to diversify. So going forward, we need to have more diversification in our economy. For example, I don't see any reason why we can't do more in the field of agriculture. We can do a lot more with that. We can keep our tourism, yes. We need to reinvent ourselves some more with tourism. Tourism is all over the Caribbean, so we need to have something unique about us that would have the tourists come back all the time, or send their relatives, send their friends. You know, when you go back, you spread the word about the Virgin Islands, people come. But we also need to do a lot more with our agricultural program. There are a lot of unique fruits in the Virgin Islands that you don't find elsewhere. Why can't we begin to market those, grow them, market them, and have them unique to the Virgin Islands? Let the multinational corporation help us to market those things. We have a lot of talented Virgin Islanders who live away. We can tap into their resources, have them develop things. We can form some organization that will help them to provide that technical assistance to us.
Gennem sit arbejde på universitetet har Ron Harrigan en stor viden om øernes nuværende forhold. Men han har også arbejdet med øernes fortid og forholdet til den danske kolonimagt.
The Danes were mostly absentee landlords. I really feel that way. There weren't that many Danes living in the island. There were Danes, yes, but they were not a large population. We were a slave society up until 1848, and beyond 1848 up until 1878, until the rise of St. Croix, when they finally got freed, as far as I'm concerned, because many of the laws that were imposed at 1848 continued where people could leave their estate. The Danish West Indies were more of a liability to Denmark than it was an asset. From 1867, they wanted to unload this liability on the United States of America. And of course, there was the issue of some of the Danish people looking at the way blacks were treated in the United States, and they didn't care for the blacks in the Virgin Islands to be treated the same way. But I honestly believe that the Danish government never had, they didn't have the will or the need to keep the Virgin Islands as a possession, simply because they just could no longer afford it. And the first opportunity they could get, and they found the United States the most likely country to take them on, was to sell to the United States, sell the islands to the United States. Selling the islands, selling the people, you don't know which one it is, but that's what happened. There needs to be more education on the part of the Danes about their role in the Danish West Indies. I think somehow it seems one-sided right now, where we are providing a lot of information, but I think the people of Denmark need to be more more open to learning more about the Virgin Islands.